Boom! What's up, YouTube? I'm back, and I'm gonna make a video just for YouTube because I haven't done it in so long, and YouTube, you deserve it! So I'm here. Here we go. Let's get started. Thank you. Don't forget to follow and hit the like button. So, here we go. This video is gonna be on a Eurotactics build. I'm doing this build for a friend of mine. What is up, Alfredo? He's a good friend of mine. He sends me stuff. I fix it for him. I work on it for him. So, Mr. Alfredo, here is your bad boy. And we're going to go ahead and drop the Eurotactics on it. We're going to get him a blade trigger in here and a trigger guard and see if we can get him rolling out. So, in the meantime, I'm going to pull out some of his parts. And we're going to see what all he has. And it looks like he has a barrel. He has a G&G hop up spring, so, and he has a Wolverine regulator. Okay, so we have everything to build this up except for a FCU. Where is your FCU? There it is. Okay, so I did not see the bag in there, but there's the bag. There's FCU line fitting, so looks like we got everything to build it. So here we go. Hang in there and watch the Eurotactics get built. First of all, here's what I do with my Eurotactics builds. I'll show you guys. So I always push the pin either way to see where the teeth are. Take it out, teeth side out first. And then on this model, you're going to have to take out this Phillips head screw in order to get out the mag relays. And this is the combat machine body, which I love these tan bodies. Lots of people don't like these, but these bodies are so light. They're really good for sleeper builds, and they're really fast because you can whip them around, throw it from left hand to right hand. So mag release is out of the way. Boom. Next, we're going to get this trigger out and get a blade for him. As you can see, he's already dressed up his gearbox a bit. Normally, this is things that we do when we put them in the skeleton bodies. And this one's not going to be going in a skeleton body, but definitely getting dressed up. That's an f-2, so that would be pretty good. It's gonna be definitely fast because I'm gonna tune it to the T where she can be woke. She's gonna be woke, y'all. It's been so long since I've done a YouTube video, and it's just because I've been so busy and I've been doing TikTok videos, and I need to pay attention more to YouTube. Y'all are my base. Y'all are my best people ever. So try to get back to doing YouTube videos all the time now. At least once a week, I'm going to drop a YouTube video, whether it's a short or a complete build video. I have so much footage right now from builds I've done. I just haven't had time to sit down and edit them and upload them. Anyways, I'm going to open her up. While I'm in here, I'm going to check everything out because someone else is, wow. Watch y'all look at that, guys. She wasn't even plugged in. That's why you got to look at these BBs while you got them open and check them out. So, what I do with my Eurotactics builds, first of all, IGL is going to go bye-bye. So, let's get this out of here. So, the IGL is gone now. We're going to check his f-2 while we got it opened up and go ahead and service it, because I don't like to go back into replicas more than once. I like to take it apart, do it one time, and go back together with it and be done. And I'm glad I took it apart. Look how dirty it is. It's trash, y'all. So, y'all know how I do it. Take Q-tips, clean them, get all this off. This is actually metal. It's the oil that goes through the system, through the HPA system, And it all collects up around the nozzle because that's where the most wear is. If you look right here, usually that's just from the nozzle moving and rubbing the front housing here. So simply lubing your Polarstar can repair this, and O-ring replacement. Always replace these O-rings. I mean, they're cheap. You could buy a whole O-ring set for this for $5. $5. So now that we've got it clean, we're gonna go ahead and lube it up. And I'll show y'all what I use. That's what I use. And you don't gotta go crazy with it. Just be kind of scientific about it. Get it on the O-rings. It don't have to be on everything else. There's also an O-ring down inside. So you wanna get a little bit in there. Now we're gonna put this to the side. And now we're gonna check the O-ring down in here. Get out all the dirtiness. I was using the wrong end of my Q-tip, y'all. I'm gonna wipe that O-ring off real good. I'm gonna wipe the front out because this is where all the metal collects. Look at that. I'm gonna get some more salve on there. I'm gonna hit that O-ring one time like that. Get all the extra out of there. Now we're gonna check our fitment of our nozzle. This is the red nozzle, so this is a high flow. I wanna make sure there's not a lot of wobble in it. If so, you need to change your O-ring. So
What did you do with the clothes that were in the bathroom when you cleaned it yesterday? And where?
feels really good. Thought I just heard somebody outside of my house, y'all. Everything else looks pretty decent in here. It's not a bunch of stuff gathering up in there, so we're gonna leave it at that. And this is not what I would call a full service, but this is a something that I do whenever I take a Polarstar out for someone that's working and they are getting something done. I usually do take it apart and do a quick inspection of it, the front nozzle assembly. Just because I don't like to take them apart 2 or 3 times. I like to put it together and be done. That's it. Boom. See you later, alligator. So I love working on airsoft guns, but I don't like to work on the same gun 400 times. So what I need to do now, I thought this thing got pinched, but it didn't. What I usually do here is I'll try to get all these wires. You don't want to get near this hole with your wires. That's a big no-no. So for the Eurotactics, what I do is I try to get all my wires bunched kind of in a little loop here. And then we're going to take this harness here and we're going to fold it. Then we're going to fold it. And we're going to fold it, fold it, fold it until you got about that much left. And then we're going to leave it at that. So now we're going to take this whole kit and caboodle here. We're going to pull it up together like this. We're going to take one of my zip ties. As soon as I find it, my bag of zip ties. You gotta find them. You gotta hold tight. Now we're going to take the zip tie and we're going to take our solenoid wires. We're going to take our harness. And we're going to take the zip tie and we're going to tie them all together, just like this right here, y'all. I'll show you why. Show y'all why in a minute. All right, we got everything tied together now. Now we're going to take some cutters or a knife, whatever you got, and we're just going to cut it. Boom. So now that's going to be just like this, and we're going to make sure that these stay away from that hole. When we're finished, that's going to lay there. Now, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll chop this off so it's short, and then I'll put a little super glue on the backside and put it in there so it stays with this half of the shell. And I'll go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. As soon as I find the right outline for it. She tight. I might have to put it in the vise, y'all. Yeah, she's really tight, so I'm gonna have to put this in the vise, or I could just chop it real fast. And what I use is a saw. It's a cutoff wheel, which is over there at my vise. Hang on a second, and I'll show you. That's what it looks like. It's made by Snap-on. And I usually cut them about right there. So I'll be back in a second. And here we are back with it. And I got it all cut off. I'm gonna trim that little piece off there. Now what I'm gonna do, I'll show you a trick. I have this right here, which is the very best stuff for working on airsoft, because you do so much super gluing down and so much repairing of plastic stuff. What I usually do is I take and move this out of the way for a second. I'll take a little bit, and I'm gonna put a drop right there. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna stick it in its spot, just like that. I'm gonna hold it there, count to maybe 10 or so. I'm gonna screw a screw for it in there. And that's gonna give me kind of something to hold it with. And then you can come back and add a little bit of glue there. And this stuff right here is thebomb.com. Take this right here and you just sprinkle a little bit on there. You come back and you add another drop or so of glue. Then you sprinkle a little bit more. And believe it or not, that stuff is strong, it's permanent. It's there. So, I'm gonna let that dry. And I'm going to show y'all what I do now with the rest of the stuff. So I tuck all the wires up underneath here, and the harness just lays right there. As long as you keep it away from your trigger area, you're fine. And then boom, boom, boom. As long as the f-2 locks in, now we're going to get a trigger for it, and then we're going to rock the trigger. So I dropped in the red. I kind of like this red blade, y'all. I think it looks pretty good. I have to see what he likes, though. I don't know if he likes the red or if he may want the black to go with the tan. I kind of like the red with the tan myself. But I'll show y'all what it's going to look like, and maybe when he sees it together in this video, which is not going to be totally done today, but maybe he'll decide that he wants to leave the red blade trigger on here. And shout out to my buddy Noah for making these blade triggers. He makes me so many 3D printed parts. It's amazing. That's the look right there, y'all, that we're going for. It's the Eurotactics. And that red looks dope with that. Also, Bob is a follower of mine. He makes these grips. And y'all hit up Bob. I'll put his Instagram in my description. And my buddy Noah, who makes the speed triggers, or blade triggers, also makes the grips. So he makes them in black and red also. So I have slews of 3D printed stuff, guys. Look, got some rails, that white. And of course you got the back plate that's gonna go on here. Which Alfredo, this is for him. He doesn't even know that I got all this stuff. This is gonna look pretty sweet. I think Alfredo's gonna be happy. I think he's probably gonna like the red when he sees it. But, so, I'm gonna do a part 2 to this video. This is just the start of it. So, peace, y'all. Don't forget to follow, and I'll show y'all the finished product and y'all's favorite part, the testing of it. Later.